Welcome. When I was very young, maybe 3 years old, very small child, I think I have mentioned that I used to have a lot of nightmares. And one day, after crying quite a bit and trying to explain to my mother that I was seeing some very scary images, she made me kneel down on the bed next to her, and she prayed out loud. And that's the very first time I consciously connected with the vibration of something beyond my limited ego consciousness at the time, and went into this spiritual state. And my mother was so powerful. I felt her aligned with something that she called Jesus. Jesus, help this child. Jesus, take away her fears. May they never, and it was so powerful, so beautiful, so right, that for the longest time, I stayed with that vibration and didn't have nightmares, didn't cry anymore. So I discovered prayer. And prayer is often related to as something we ask. We ask for things. We ask for better health. We ask for this. We ask for that. And in the asking, it's almost like we are demanding. One of the things I noticed with my mother is she was aligned first with this Jesus. She was Jesus. I felt the presence that was more than my mother. And it's because that presence was there, the power was there, that what she asked for felt like it was aligned with the power. And what I want to come to is that in praying for whatever you want, which is one of the most powerful altered states, you must first be aligned with spirit, with your soul. Now, even if that soul is another name that makes you feel deeply aligned to source, to your source, then be it. But it's the alignment that comes first. It's the altered state that comes first, not the prayer itself. And the second thing is, you have to completely and utterly trust that what comes to you is all right, that you are giving your will, so to say, to this source. So the magic in praying, which gives it this very formidable capacity, is one, to align yourself to this vibration of your soul. And it is different from your ego, because the ego might want something. It might want a better house. It might want to keep this job or to have this other job. It might want to, change your husband. It might want to change your children. It might ask for things. It might want them differently. But entering first and becoming the vibration of spirit is what makes the prayer powerful, not what you ask for. And when you get into the spirit, when you become Jesus, such as she did, then your prayer is going to, the words that are going to come out are going to come out as the inspiration from it. So it tells you what it wants for you, or what it will bring into effect, what will grow for the best outcome, what the best outcomes are for you. So you don't need to bend down, of course, on your knees and pray. That is not the purpose. The purpose is you get into the altered state. You reach that altered state using closing your eyes, isolating yourself, maybe doing the vibrational sounds before to let go of the resistance. And once the resistance is gone, once you close your eyes, once you are feeling your spirit, ask it what it is that you actually need, want, and must feel. Ask it what its intentions are for you, for your life. What its intentions are as far as your feelings should be, what your thinking should be. Don't impose what you think you should have, what you think you should feel. Do the reverse. Be spirit first and then listen. So, simply praying, you might have just a very simple prayer that you can just pick up and do every single moment of your day. You just simply shut your eyes, and in fact, I can invite you to shut your eyes now. Take a deep breath, shut your eyes, and then you can ask Spirit, what is it that you would want me to be conscious of? What is it that you would want me to pray for? What is it that you would want me to feel, to think, to be, and to do? So you're letting Spirit tell you, rather than what you've been maybe indoctrinated into believing you need. Letting your Spirit tell you what you should feel, who you should be, what you should be conscious of. And in that quiet moment, truly listen and perceive it. And you might be very surprised at the difference when it comes from that vibration rather than the ego that was built sometimes on counterproductive vibrations. So I invite you to repeat this prayer with your own words. And I always use the words, Spirit, what would you want me to be conscious of, to feel, to think, to be, to have? And you can use your own words, but ask it and then listen. Now see how the vibrations inside have changed. Stay with them in your prayer time. Stay with the vibrations. It takes a minute or two Every time you are a little confused, that prayer will bring you back to a very clear state, because you don't have to have the answer. You don't have to have, it will give it to you. You know, leaving ego, thinking, judging aside, and you're asking your spirit, your Jesus, your Mary, your Buddha, what are the feelings, the thoughts, the actions that they would guide you to have? Very different. Very different. You have to be willing to accept the answers, whether or not the ego is ready to deal with it. Because it takes time. Some you might not be ready for, but at least you become enlightened from the prayer. So the prayer is a session of enlightenment, and now you know what to ask. Because if your spirit says, stay in this job, this is a job for you. It's painful, but it's a job for you. Your ego might say, no, no way. Quit this job. Take this better paying one. It will fight you. And you might follow the ego. But now you have a choice. You have a choice of two vibrations, and one or the other is up to you. And that's all right. You can observe both, and you can weigh things out and see how it goes. No matter what, you'll still be fine. Whether you're following the ego or following what spirit just inspired you into, if they are in contradiction, you will still be fine, because the road will still, all roads will go back to Rome. But you might have a deviation that teaches you some new lessons. Whereas if you follow maybe what ego's spirit says, you might not have to go up the mountain and down again, but just around it, if that makes sense. All right, this is a long video. I'm sorry if this was too long. And I hope that you will pray and start praying and feel that power and feel it several times a day. It takes a minute each time. Every time there's a contradiction in vibration in you, go for the prayer and wipe out all the vibrations and come back with renewed clarity. I thank you for your presence, and I'll see you soon.